I mean, Hooves hasn't even launched the game yet.
Ah, okay.
I don't think they have anyways. It doesn't show if they're on.
Yeah, I don't see their name. I want to change my color.
Sorry, I need to send something to the. I may or may not have gotten distracted by something.
Y'all good?
Yes, so I'm just looking up something in case of today, and I was just enjoying stuff. So I'm actually starting the roll 20.
Alright. Yay! So how is everyone today?
Doing well.
Drowsy.
Mood.
Understandable. I need to turn off this YouTube video or I'm going to be distracted for the entirety of the game.
Mood.
Hooves, we need you.
Yes, so you guys are back on the Tardis. It's still parked in. You guys haven't pressed any buttons yet. So I'm just gonna start. After the whole encounter with the college campus, mummies, and what else, you guys managed to kind of slip out undetected in the chaos of the police officers.
Yay!
Effectively. So it wasn't very hard for you guys to get away because, frankly, between everything going on, it was just nuts. Also, I would like to remind again, for those in the audience, I do not purposely play the police as idiots. Last session they just rolled really low, and I'm sorry.
Everyone gets low rolls occasionally, in game and in real life.
Yep. So, moving forward, you guys managed to get out pretty easily. That history professor guy actually. Would you guys have stayed around to look for where the hell he went? Or would you guys just been like, let's leave?
I mean,
I would
if
have
this
looked
is
around.
a chance to talk to the guy, I would have been like, yeah, let's go get him.
Roll me
Yeah, same.
investigation.
You mean perception, hon?
Perception, yes. Again, I am far too used to 5th edition, and I apologize.
I know.
I had to describe you as getting back to the TARDIS last time, but I don't really know. I'm about as hyped up on energy as one possibly can be.
I mean, to be fair, how many, what am I doing? I need my fucking... I need my dice.
Ah.
That's a lovely way to start off the day, with perception...
I already rolled a 21.
Wait,
I don't know how
why
that's gonna
is...
affect.
Oh! Oh, that's right. We switched the two. Because... Right, so that should be a 16 and that should be a 5. I forgot because of the other thing we were using the character sheet for.
Yep.
Alright then, so I was just like, wait, why is my perception only a 3? So hold on, so that'd be 14.
Alright, I will roll this individual's stealth to see how well he does with getting out of here. I'm going to make sure his his stuff is set up to. Yep, it's always whisper. I don't know why I thought it wasn't.
What's best to check?
Okay. So, you guys would see him walk into a closet.
Oh.
You walk into a closet. What did you say?
Yeah, you guys would see him like on your guys' way out. He'd just kind of like walk into a closet.
Wow. Okay.
Like it's one of those like big storage closets, you know, like it's basically one of the back storage rooms kind of a thing.
Fair.
It's not like a wardrobe closet, it's like an actual like closet.
Percy would go ahead and just open the door and poke his head in.
I mean, he's not in the room.
The hell? You just kind of walk
Why? What's
in.
going on? Did you see anything?
Mr. Invisible Man, you're under arrest. Come out with your hands above your head.
Slaps with newspaper. Dude, not cool.
We can smell you.
Dude!
Roll investigation.
Perceptione.
Perception, yeah.
You want
This
us all
place-
to roll perception?
If it can
Yeah,
not roll
look,
off the
try and
dice.
find him around the room.
Okay, wow, today's gonna hate me. That's a nat 1. That's a 10.
So you guys walk in the room and this is like a storage area for one of the classes. You assume that this is for the not for cooking. This is like a back storage for the history class. There's a lot of stuff that's put away and different things, and you walk in here and you look around and you find that there is in fact a storage box that looks, you know, kind of like a person could fit into it, but as you're like looking around, it suddenly just kind of goes invisible and
What the
disappears.
Well then,
There was a box here, and now there isn't.
Yeah, you can even walk through the space that it was on too.
Jin, you're a magic man. How do you do this? Don't you guys do this kind of thing like all the time? Like make the thing inside the box disappear?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he knows actual magic. What I do is illusions. We make you believe it's magic, but it's really not. Hey, if like there's a secret hole underneath the ground, we should probably check there. That's usually how it's done, but I'm pretty sure he just phased out the box, Solid Snake style.
Solid what now?
It's a video game I played.
The floor beneath this thing, and you need no perception, is solid concrete.
Okay. The box
Alright,
is gone.
I guess he's just a legitimate magic man. He looks to Percy. Guess you have to step up your game. He looks to Jin.
You look to yourself.
Yeah.
You look in the mirror. This might have to get you, Percy.
No, he looks to Jin and goes, "Looks like you have to step up your game, huh?"
Well, if this guy would stop running, maybe I could.
I have a feeling this
Or
probably
can I
isn't
do
gonna
a
be the
sense
last time I
motive
run
on the
into
room to see if his presence is still here?
Sure.
Let's see if he's still here. I swear to God, if he's just listening to us, I'm gonna lose my mind.
him.
You get one thing from the room that kind of surprises you. When the Tardis takes off, you guys have noticed that there's actually a distinctive ozone smell that kind of floats around the area. Standing in the area where this box was, there's that same kind of like ozone like smell that kind of just lingers.
Yo, I think that box was a Tardis. It smells like a Tardis, but it was a box. That's concerning. This guy, does he,
I mean,
I'm assuming,
out of character, did he claim to know to know the doctor? Or
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
just
he
like-
did.
he claimed
A
to know the
couple times.
doctor? If that's the case, I mean, it wouldn't be that surprising.
Come back. Come back.
What are you gonna do if he does come back?
I'm gonna ask him what his name is and ask him to teach me some magic tricks.
Fair. I guess game gotta recognize
Are
game.
you sure you can even use magic?
I
I'm pretty
don't know.
sure it's like pretty sure if it was to be using magic, it had to do something with his being.
Maybe there's a trick to it that nobody knows. You don't know until you try, right?
I mean,
I
I
mean, I
guess that is the
guess.
thing about illusionists. Anyhow, should we head back to the Tardis?
I think he's gone. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Come on, nerds, let's get going.
You eventually make your way back, and it's still quiet in there as usual. The incident from last episode does take place in which you guys were just palling around,
Okay.
because I do recall more toast was thrown.
Yes, delicious. Next time I'll ask for butter.
Floor toast. It's not like floor ice cream in Canicarus Uprising, to be honest.
So it gives you
More
health?
ice cream?
So it gives you
Floor
health?
ice cream grants me health, yes. But it goes back to being as calm and still as ever. As soon as you shut the door, it's like the bustling college campus outside just doesn't exist.
First, he's gotta take a deep breath. Well, that was something.
We got chased by mummies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a book about this when we get out of here.
Are we even allowed to?
Believe? I'm pretty sure we can. Like me
No, I
writing
mean,
a
are
book
we
about
allowed
it.
to, like, write a book about this shit?
I mean, somebody's gonna have to stop me.
Just slow turn.
Who's gonna believe it anyway?
I mean, you'd surprise what's out there.
If anything, I'd be scared for who does find the book and reads it. If they know what I'm writing about, then I'm actually concerned. If they don't know what I'm writing about, good.
Anyhow. This has been an eventful day, but I have to go slip this letter underneath Sarah Jane's door. I'll be back, and he's gonna walk off.
Oh yeah, that's right, host. I was gonna do a thing where I was gonna roll an engineering thing,
Hmm?
see if he makes something
I'd like
new.
you guys to make those rolls now, as basically I'm going to be giving you guys a long rest, and then we can keep going on whatever you guys wish to do in the morning.
Eh,
So, long rest can be used for stuff like this. Just do note that you will need to sleep at some point. So if you say you're pulling an all-nighter, you are allowed to. Just do note, I do use exhaustion mechanics if you guys choose not to sleep.
Oh, I'm totally
Fair
gonna
enough.
sleep. I'm totally gonna sleep, and I do believe I have some sort of cassette player in my room or some sort of music apparatus. I'll be putting on classical.
You know,
Yeah,
I
you have
just
a good-
realized something, Doc. Considering the conversation we had, does that just mean that Percy is walking between the two rooms, like, a couple times that night?
We'll handle that at a later point, but
That's fair.
considering the conversation, I mean, yeah, it's very easy that he's walking between the range and the like the range, what Jonathan is doing, and then like sleeping, more than likely.
That's fair.
Question. If I'm doing the thing with his engineering skill, should I do a knowledge or a profession?
I would do profession.
Okay. I rolled for that. He rolled a 16.
So, even though you're an electrical engineer, it's not too hard to engineer a paintball, like a like an arrow to do various things. You don't have the technology for like a arrow that tracks onto stuff or anything, but you did manage to come up with a rudimentary design for an arrow that would deliver a little bit of a, like, that would just deliver like paint or something onto a target, or like suction cup arrows.
Suction cup man.
Suction cup arrows.
Those require a little bit more work, as basically those would be just you stick it to a wall and it stays there, which has as many uses as the party is willing to trust it for.
Again, suction cup man.
I'm sure that'll come in handy at some point, so I mean, might as well.
I mean, if we fight robots that chase us down and you suction cup their eyeballs, I don't think they're gonna see anymore.
That's graphic.
What do you
Okay.
mean? It's a robot. How is that graphic?
Oh, oh, okay, never mind.
What did you think?
Yeah, just forget what I said.
Okay.
I mean, you still can cover sensor apparatuses with the suction cup, such as cameras and things. It still has to be a big enough surface for it to stick to. But
Yeah.
But you can just make smaller arrows for that. Effectively. But you come up with a couple draft plans, but by the time you come up with a couple draft plans, it's getting pretty late. Though the concept of time in here is kind of a bit of an oddity. You do have the rough sense that it's probably getting close to midnight. So
Tardis time.
Yep. If you would like to roll engineering in the morning, though, you can actually get that done before you guys all head up and like do food and stuff. Because they do allow one action in the morning, so you still do need sleep, though.
That's fair. Yeah. I guess Jonathan would go to bed. He'd go to sleep.
Sleep, wake up early, and in order to actually make this, it would be actually be a knowledge check rather than a profession check. Or correction, be a craft check. So craft int, basically.
Craft? Okay. I should have quite a bit put into craft.
Sure. Because Percy DM'd me about this. Who wants to help Percy cook?
Oh god.
So, this is a good time for me to explain the cooking rules for everybody. But if you guys cook your own meals, you can grant yourselves temp HP. For whatever, until like the next long rest or the next trip here. Effectively you can use the replicator as just sustenance, but there are
Spread the cooking, why not?
Yeah. So basically, what I will need Percy to do then is one, either find a picture of what they're cooking or a recipe, and they will also get a +2 or a +1 for every person that decides to assist with the matter of cooking itself.
I think
you know
I know
Is it
what
the
he'd
morning
make
time already?
too. Hold on.
It's the morning time already, isn't it? I should probably roll in engineering.
Yep. It'd be about the morning when you start smelling the good smells. You easily make up a batch of suction cup arrows.
Sweet.
The paint arrows are taking you a little bit more time because you're not sure where to get the materials, but you have the arrows pretty much constructed, though in the process you do figure out that you can use what you designed for the arrow tips to just throw if they're filled with paint too. So you can add craft suction, like under what you have as schematics, I'd add suction cup arrow, paint arrow, and paint grenades. If anyone has seen Tangled the series, they're kind of like Varian's like glass balls that he throws.
Ooh, very nice.
Basically, it's glorified alchemist fire, except for it does not burn and it just covers whatever is hit with it with paint.
It's fair.
Hey Doc, take a look at this in the Who text channel real quick.
Sure.
Uh,
Ooh, that looks yummy.
I know, right?
Rainbow why?
that, my friends, is a chocolate chili tart.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, a what?
Chocolate chili tart. Add a little zing to your dark chocolate cravings with this chocolate chili tart recipe, just in time for a bake challenge or something.
I'll have to keep that in mind for later. But, considering I sent you to Thing Doc, shall I roll?
Sure. You have a +2 at the moment. +3 if Jin decides to come out and help.
So, oh,
Yeah, you know what? I'll come out and help. You gotta make the rolls better. Jin crawls out of his room on all fours before standing up, slouching against the back of the wall, and then proceeds to the kitchen.
So...
are you only allowing 2 to help?
As many people who want to can help.
Okay. Do we need to roll anything?
No. You guys just grant Percy a flat bonus to their roll.
Okay, so
It is explained in the cooking tab. There are other stuff and mechanics I still need to get for you guys, such as NPC abilities and how those work, stuff like that. But I'm slowly working on the mechanics of the campaign as I'm running it, so there is more stuff like temp HP and things in here.
So that happened.
Good morning.
Yo, Percy, nice. So you guys got a nat 20, which means you guys got a... Alright, so you guys cook this biscuits and gravy, and you guys actually managed to go around and figure out this kitchen. The replicator is nice, because all you have to do is think of the recipe, and usually it'll make what you need. But you guys are at this for about half an hour to an hour, and you just make this incredibly awesome sausage gravy and then biscuits. So if you look at the cooking table, since Percy got a nat 20, everyone gets +25 temp HP, and all party members gets a d6 of inspiration usable on any roll before your next meal.
Does the Tardis have a mouth? Because if not, it's time to rub this meal in.
Oh my
Please don't. It does not need food.
Oh, it's so delicious. Mmm, so good. Don't you wish you
this is
could
the
taste
best
it?
thing I've had in a while.
Dude, don't be a jackass. Not her fault she doesn't have a mouth.
Dan, I need another reflex.
Tardis toast!
Reflex. Where is my reflex again? I need to find
Or
it.
is she gonna throw gravy at him?
Oh yeah.
This time you're expecting it as the toaster just goes chink and you just like dodge. On the bright side, Percy and Jonathan, 2 pieces of toast land perfectly on your plates.
Thank you!
We just got extremely lucky. Alright, cool.
I swear, my character should gain experience for dodging these. Give me advantage for dodging toast.
I will give you a bonus feat for dodging toast.
Oh my god, a bonus feat? Let's go.
I find this funnier than I should.
At one point, it's just gonna turn into me catching the toast in my mouth every time.
I mean, if you roll a nat 20, I will totally allow that.
Oh, sick.
Alright. So, food is done, their toast has been flung. I'm sorry! Whenever you mock her, it's going to create toast.
Be careful, you might give him ideas.
It's
Weaponize the toast.
I'm gonna be scared if she releases a toaster-based Dalek on the ship
Oh, what? No,
that
please
hunts
no.
me down and toast at me.
That'd be terrifying.
Gene, get ready. I'm coming for you.
God damn it.
I didn't mean to do that.
But you
Okay.
guys finish your meal and get everything cleaned up and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm still calming down a little bit.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you're
funny.
But the day is yours.
I'd like to examine the library for any books that would help me further along my understanding of this ability. Now that I register other people can possess it, I would like to know if there's already documentation on the ship for it.
You do find a section on psychic, and like other stuff. However, most of it is written in that one circular language that you cannot understand for the life of you.
Is there a name for this language?
Not that you know of. It's weird because this thing is translated stuff for this thing. Like you walk into like a area and you find like a French cookbook, but as you're looking at the French, it just changes. I mean, to your knowledge, every book in this library is in your native Japanese, basically.
Okay. Except for that
These.
specific type of book. Okay.
Except for these, and there's a couple other languages that just... It looks like it tries to make them into Japanese, but they just end up swirling and going back to, like, the actual language that it's written in.
Oh no. Okay.
But overall, there are a couple of these books in English. Or not in English, but you didn't get my point. Whatever you'd consider your native language. Though these are mostly on basics. These are mostly basics, like very basic books. Effectively, you do manage to find a couple theory books on this, such as like the theory of psychics across the universe, a history of psychonetic energies and the species that possess them, channeling psychonetics 101, or psychonetic energy for humans is another one that you find.
Jin spends this time looking through these books as the others in the Tardis go about their business. As soon as something's going on, he'll catch up with both of them.
Actually, that's a good idea with the library, and I have been wanting to look into like some monsters and stuff like that. Percy may join you in the library.
Alright.
Sorry, you gave him an idea, so...
Yeah.
There is one specific thing that he wants to look into, and Doc can probably guess what that is.
Cyberman.
He's curious. His brother never tells him anything with it.
Here, I thought you were gonna look for, something to do with Moonlight.
What?
I think Jonathan is gonna go to the library as well. He could probably find some books on engineering stuff. Maybe even learn something new.
Okay. So there are books on Cybermen, but it's more books on, It's more... You do find a couple history books that mention them, but they're more history books documenting, the results of their inhabitations and takeovers of planets, as well as wars fought against them. You're not finding much practical information.
Well, that's concerning. Percy just
And
kinda...
Jonathan, there is enough engineering books in this library to keep an entire army satisfied for centuries. You find stuff on everything from quantum physics and engineering and how to work with that, to how to make computer circuits so tiny that you're quite certain that it's magic in of itself.
Yeah.
Is he gonna find the blueprints for how to make a Trojan horse?
I mean, there is medieval blueprints in here too.
Oh my
It
god.
seems like there's stuff spanning, like, from what you can guess, probably anything from Europe, like early Europe, back when they used to start keeping blueprints, like Da Vinci. The point where you find a couple actual, like, literal Da Vinci blueprints in here, like one or two of them, to stuff that's so far flowing into the future that you can't quite comprehend what it means, because it starts getting into, like, temporal dynamics and a couple different things that you're not certain even exist.
Yeah. I think that'd be something that'd be quite a bit ahead of his time.
Yep. Most of these books are actually ahead of your time, though you can roll intelligence to see if you can start learning about this stuff. Basically, this is how you would, if you wanted to get proficiency with craft
Rip.
futuristic device.
Big rip.
Big rip.
Wow, and his intelligence is the highest score on the thing. And he rolled this stuff.
Rip.
Rip, indeed. You do pick up a couple books on some more advanced stuff, and you try and comprehend it, because it's one of those things where basically you find a book on cell phones, like stuff like Jin has brought up, and you start looking into this and things, and you spend at least an hour or so trying to figure out how this stuff works, but you're still trying to wrap your head around the idea that a computer circuit could fit inside something smaller than a deck of cards and have twice the processing power of any modern computer known to man, or known to science at the time. So most of this ends up being incredibly confusing for you, though it does generate a couple ideas you're kind of struggling with even piecing together how any of this would possibly work. And especially when you get to one book you picked up, which is a book in particular on the operations of space vessels and how some of the circuitry there with them would work, or just in general. Because you do end up with a couple complicated books. It seems like whoever, like, has this collection knows a lot about this stuff.
So there's all kinds of books from all different types of timelines and stuff, or the different years, if that makes any sense.
And who's this aimed at? I'm assuming Percy.
What?
No, this is Jonathan speaking,
Hmm.
or Crystal, whatever. I'm saying it out of character. But maybe go dead silent all of a sudden.
Rip.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Messaging tip tap types.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you guys do spend a couple hours in the library. You kind of lose track of time. Percy, what were you looking like? As far as Percy goes, though,
He was just looking for, like, guides on, like, things we could possibly come across. He was specifically looking for Cybermen just because of stuff his brother, but he'll also look for other things.
you do find a couple other things, but you kind of get lost in a group of. But you realize a lot of these are not, how do I put it? I'm gonna roll just D100 thing. Oh wow. So you do manage to find one handwritten book, that seems to be written really, really out very thoroughly. That is about a couple different creatures that have been encountered in here.
Ooh.
Um, mostly citing the how do I put it? Mostly citing the existence of several creatures that you're not entirely sure what they are. One page you do note describes what you obviously know was a dragon, but stuff like Toclafane or the like the the Cabal, the Sapphire, like the Sapphire Cabal and the beasts of the and their beasts and all this stuff. It basically seems like it's a fantasy book.
So wait, is this like real or is this just a actual like fantasy book?
It's a fantasy book, but it's in the nonfiction section.
Hmm.
I know what this could be.
Hey, did one of y'all put this in the wrong section? He just holds up the book.
You can touch it.
I haven't even been on that side.
Hmm.
No. There's a good chance that's not fiction. We're in an interdimensional spaceship. That place could really exist somewhere.
I mean, we did just encounter living mummies, so
Yeah, what was up with that, dude? That was wild. I've never seen something that crazy.
That was pretty weird.
As time passed, you do notice something really pretty about this library.
Yeah?
This place seems to have like
Yeah?
Doc?
Yeah, uh-oh.
Doc!
This place seems to have, this is the last thing I heard.
are they having internet issues?
Maybe.
There's a good chance their computer crashed.
Rip.
Oh, rip.
the ring as if not a care were to be had in the world.
Oh, hey, Doc, welcome
We
back.
haven't heard anything in the past, like,
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah, the last things we heard is this room seems to be very beautiful. This room seems to have was the
Alright.
last thing we heard.
Alright, so despite the fact that the library itself is mostly made of like dark oak, very large dark oak bookshelves that seem to tower up to the ceiling. Basically, with like a ceiling that you can't really see the ceiling of this thing, it seems like it almost opens to like the stars. Basically, there are lights and stuff to keep it so that people can read,
Jesus.
but it's very dimly lit. The cool thing that you guys notice right now, though, and this wasn't the case when you guys came in here, is that there are hundreds upon thousands of these really pretty midnight purple-colored paper dragons flying around that are just of varying sizes. Some are really complicated in the fact that they are so complicated they could be mistaken for a folded sculpture. Others are little simple origami crane-like things that just kind of wander about, chasing each other and just seemingly enjoying themselves.
Dude, so have they been here this whole time?
They have not been here this whole time. They just kind of showed up recently. You guys haven't noticed till this point, because this is the first time you've taken a chance to look at it.
You guys see these things? They kind of remind me of the moths from the other rooms. I think they just live here.
They're kind of cool.
There's not just dragons too. There's also some griffins and various other things. You think you see like a witch on a broomstick go floating by at one point?
Out of curiosity, Jingit wanders to himself and he puts out his hand and holds his hand open and just has it sit there for a minute to see if any of them will actually notice it and go to it.
You catch the attention of one of the... This isn't a dragon, but this is one of the larger individuals, but this one is a orange and like yellow like paper cut. It looks like a folded art of a phoenix that comes and lands down. This thing is huge, by the way. It's about the size of an actual bird.
So,
But it is made completely of paper.
alright. Does it come down? So is it like approaching me?
It just kind of comes up and lands on your hand.
Dude, okay. Jin smirks, and then he does a sense motive.
Sure.
Aw, dude. I'm sorry about that.
You good?
Not too high.
Not too high. It's reaching
pretty
out
good,
to this
though.
thing. It's surprising that you actually find a sense of mind to it. It's paper completely, through and through. Yet reaching out, you find that it's curious. It seems to not understand who you guys are. You seem to be new to it, but it is curious. Likewise, as you're doing this, Percy, there is one of the larger dragons, this one more of a golden kind of shimmering, like black with like gold paper folded down the spine, actually does take it in its mind to like just start land and start sitting on your head.
Dude,
Out
I
of
think
character, I
these
think
things
I
have
know
a-
what this one came from.
Yes,
Noodle, 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 noodle,
it is Noodle.
noodle.
Jonathan, you just have attracted the collection of a lot of the little tiny origami ones that are just kind of circling around you, like, investigating.
He just kind of looks up and is just like,
Interesting.
oh, hello there.
I'm just gonna hold my hand out, see if one of them lands on it.
One of them. You basically get covered when the offer is given. Kind of like with the butterflies.
Oh, okay, interesting.
As for the sense motive, there also seems to be a beckoning sense to it. Like, it wants you to follow them.
I'm thinking these things have some sort of heart. They seem really kind.
Yeah, this little guy is friendly enough.
It's just sitting there, like, poised with a blep.
That's actually pretty cute. Dude, where do you think they came from? Do you think we can follow them?
Jonathan, are you getting carried off?
I mean, they're trying. A couple of them are trying to, and it's starting to work. Like, they're lifting his clothing, and you're just like,
Oh
you're just like,
it's,
I don't think
the face is like, what's going on?
At this point, Jin closes his book and stands up and walks towards Jonathan.
Jin, what do you think they are?
I
These
don't
things
know.
a
They're
little
trying
bit
to
weird.
abduct you. We should probably see where these things are trying to lead you, and if it's a bad idea, I don't think they can force you.
No, I mean, obviously I'm too heavyweight. Let's see where they lead us, though.
Sure thing.
So, you allow them to lead for a little while, and you guys go deeper and deeper into this library. You did note that there is actually quite a few things in here. There's a non-fiction section, there's fiction sections, there's sections for handwritten works or memorabilia things. There's a lot of deep sections to this place, to the point where it kind of wanders aimlessly and endlessly. Until at one point, you get to the room to a room which is sort of at the edge of the library, past a couple different sections. The Phoenix actually at one point, on getting into this area, reaches over and pulls out a book, and there's a faint click as this door kind of opens into a very nice study. Where in the study you find on the wall is a painting of a map. Now, this map is, or rather, it's a landscape painting of a beautiful castle with a couple things floating in the distance, but the most interesting thing about this landscape is that it's 3D. Almost like you could step through it. and from it seem to be pouring
Interesting.
these creatures seem to start flying in and out of this, and as they fly in, you watch as the dragons become real. And then when they fly back out, they turn back to paper.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay. Guys,
Also, lining the study are a bunch of myriad of other objects that seem to be things.
is there like a sword in that study? Does it look like I would wonder?
There
'Cause
isn't, but there's a couple staves that are hung next to a very ornate red robe and a headdress. Though they seem to be like up at like they seem to be very old and untouched.
Oh my god, I got an idea. Okay, so whoever owned the study put that painting, that cool painting up there, and then he put these staffs over here. So it looks like a costume out here, but I bet you if he put it on and went into that painting with all that stuff, it would start working like magic.
You're not quite sure. One thing you can gather from the headdress, at least, because it is sort of on a pedestal, you can look at it. It's got that circular writing on it.
It's got that weird writing on it. Okay.
Also around this room, there's like a smaller, like a little desk that's got various electronics spread out around it, various vials and things. It looks kind of like a wardrobe for study and creation of things. There's a pair of like thick glasses sitting on one end.
Since that hat has the writing on it, I'm wondering if it would be possible for my character to actually use or take that hat, wear it, at least for this, because I'm pretty sure he wants to go inside that picture. If they can do it, maybe we can.
Alright. Anyone else gonna follow Jin's train of logic?
Yes.
Might as well.
Okay.
He's
So-
literally being filled with childlike glee at the idea.
I will say, when you try and pick up this helmet, you are gonna have to roll me a will save.
I'm not sure if 10's high for a will save or not, but
Nope.
You pick it up, or you go to grab it, along with one of the staves, and it begins whispering ominously in a language you've never heard before, and it does. Whispers seem to pass through it in English, and like it seems to be like a multitude, as it just seems to pass through these various languages before finally you hear in English just not like just hear in English just do like not like basically trying to think of sorry. You hear in English, you are not him, do not try to wear this. The exile does not deserve this, neither do you.
okay. If he hears that, he immediately puts it back, takes a deep breath, and he's like, would have been cool, but this hat doesn't want to be worn.
Yep.
What do you think they meant by the exile?
Probably the guy that owns this, right?
I will send a picture of this thing. It is the center of these three images that he is hanging up in here.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's. I mean, that does kind of look important. Let's maybe not touch it.
Yeah, I was imagining like Gandalf's hat, not this. My bad. That's why I thought I might be cool just to take it because there were stabs and stuff. But, dude, yo, look at that. What is that called on the right? And that's got a special name. By Shinto? Something.
It might be based off that design.
Okay. All right. So treating the hat and treating the garments with respect, he takes a step back and just nods.
just the entirety of the set, even with the staves, do seem like they have like even reaching out to them, they seem to have a heavy amount of telekinetic power or just like psychic energy tied to these things. You can even just standing in the room with it sense it. And they all are kind of echoing about the same phrasing.
Yep. They're waiting for someone, and it's not us.
That's fair. Guess we just don't touch that part. What about the painting, though?
Percy, stick your head in it.
No!
Why not?
Out of character, my brain thought you meant the helmet for a moment, and then I realized, wait, no.
Yeah, I meant the painting.
You know, this helmet is kind of interesting.
Well, let's maybe not try it with the helmet, but he's going to take an arrow and see if it'll actually go through.
The arrow goes through.
Slowly try and push it more, put my hand in.
So, your hand goes in, and I need you to make me a strength save.
Oh no.
Oh, you know what it's gonna do. I know what it's gonna do. I hope it.
I mean, I've played
That's a
Dark
10.
Souls, okay. You start getting sucked in.
Oh.
Oh no.
Alright. Jin tries to grab Percy's leg. If he can reach it in time.
Bad touch! Bad touch!
Is he just screaming bad touch?
Yes!
This is why you should have put your head in first.
Why?
I'm gonna try to grab Percy's other leg to track them out.
One thing to note, we are now both grabbing the same person, and if they get pulled on with enough force, we could go flying with them.
Oh well, at least we get them out, right?
Yeah? That was my line of thinking, yeah?
I need everyone to roll me strength.
Including Percy or not anymore?
And including Percy, though you're quickly being consumed.
Oh god.
That's a worse roll! That's an 8!
I got a 3, you're welcome.
Oh rip.
I'm not
So,
really
you
strong.
guys holding on to Percy just get sucked into this thing. And as you're doing this, you can't help but think of, well, next stop. The thought crosses your mind, or perhaps you hear it out loud, but just some voice somewhere saying, "Well, next stop, Narnia, Geronimo." Just somewhere. I'm not doing the accent right now because my brain is dead, but like,
Adventure awaits. Huzzah!
yep.
Oh, that's great.
The time? It's
There you
8.
go.
No, it's 7:09. This is an hour past. Okay.
And you guys end up standing on this field that you saw within the painting. The dragons all seem to come back into the painting, and you guys actually watch as they go flying off into various directions, though you would note something. The first thing is that the smaller ones all gather into one, and like they all gather into a set of dragons rather than just a bunch of them. Specifically, 11 of them go flying off in different directions, each of different colors.
So, like, were they just waiting on the other side to greet us?
You don't know.
Are they just standing there? Is what I was
They're
wondering.
not just standing there, though. Someone familiar to Percy is standing there.
Really?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I will post this in Hoot Crew.
Yo.
Standing there is a figure you've not seen in years, at least not in not in person, but you're not sure if you could call this in person anymore. Realistically speaking.
Oh, I think I know who this is. I think I know who this is. Yee, Scarf Man!
No way. No
It's what?
way. Dude, that's a doctor right there, dude.
One of
There's
them,
a
yeah.
doctor.
Percy would just blink and get the biggest smile. Hey, it's Scarf Man! Hi! He just waves excitedly.
You turn around and kind of give a bit of a bow.
Is he next to a box that's blue?
He's not. He's actually kind of standing here. Though notably he seems to waver, almost as if he's kind of a transparentish color. Or transparentish. And as you're watching him stand there, he kind of like flickers between a couple different people, he flickers between Jonathan's vision of this guy and Percy's vision of him. A couple times. Yours doesn't show up, Jin, though.
That's
Strangely enough.
bizarre.
Before he
So
holds
what
up
am,
a
what am I
hand.
seeing? I'm seeing their version, so that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does eventually hold up a hand and say, and just as like a wait gesture. And kind of like flips back and forth before finally changing into this individual. Which, Discord is not liking my pop-ups, so it is going to be interesting.
Oh, that's, is that
So it
10 or 12?
turns into this version of him in the finale, like, once
Alright,
it
no,
settles.
Is that
Yeah,
10
once
or
it
11?
settles. That's 11.
Alright, I couldn't remember. The two actually look like really similar, so it kind of trips me up.
Yeah, it kind of does, depending on who draws them. And he just kind of stands there, and he just, looks at you guys, smiles.
Hello.
I guess Jonathan approaches him and greets him. Yeah.
Alright. He kind of like thinks. He doesn't look like he's actually paying attention to you guys. He looks like he's more part of the painting. And what I mean by this is more or less, he is reacting to you guys, but he's not, how do I put it? He's more staring, he's not talking.
Almost like he's not here?
Yeah, and he does this for a bit, and then he does another hold on wait gesture, and then just goes over to Percy, and produces from Percy's pocket a little jelly, what looks to be like a little jelly baby, pops in his mouth, and switches back to Scarf Guy.
Oh, okay. How long was that there? He looks so fucking confused.
Who the hell knows? I'm waiting for one of you guys to say something, so.
Oh, dude, okay.
Fair enough. Oh shoot.
Percy would walk up and go,
Still good. Okay, so
go ahead.
so we're still looking at the painting, right?
No, we're inside the painting.
You guys got drug
we're
inside the
inside it.
painting, and he's just standing there within the painting.
Jin walks up and gestures for a hand bump, a fist bump.
Fist bump.
He does, but he actually, rather than doing that, he actually pulls out a bag and full of these little, jelly-looking things and just, in an offering gesture. Jelly baby, anyone?
Yeah. Jin grabs just one.
Does Jonathan know what a jelly baby is?
You can assume that they're a type of candy. They look like jelly beans. Or gummy bears, just in a different shape.
Fair enough. Jonathan kind of just walks up to him and accepts his offer.
Percy would also take one. Thank you, Doctor.
As you guys actually do this, at first when he was transparent, he actually solidifies a bit more. Just by doing this.
Alrighty.
So what is this place, Doc? Percy would ask, so what is this place, Doc?
Well, this is where the dragons went. Long ago. Very, very long. I saved this place back when Susan was still here. Ages and ages past. But maybe you can find where they went.
Can you maybe tell us a little bit more about these dragons?
Yeah, can they talk?
Who knows? I've never seen them myself. This place is a mystery. It's changed so much since last time I was here. Where it once was a land of men's fairy tales and make-believe, now it has become something different.
Something different how?
That's the wonderful thing. I don't know.
That's fair.
But what I do know is that you all don't have to do this all in one go. This place is, frankly, huge. It's supposed to give you something. Right, this thing. As he pulls out from his pocket just a pair of rings, and he hands them over to, like, he just offers them out for whoever wants to take them.
Alright.
Can we get a description of these rings to figure out who wants what?
They're
these
very
offers?
simple golden bands that seem to have some etchings on the inside of them. Though what these etchings are saying is kind of above your guys' head.
Okay.
Or rather, it's not translating.
Is it in
So I'll just
circle
take the band.
language, or is it just straight up not translating?
It's just not translating.
Okay.
Anything
Jonathan kind of just grabs the
about-
band and kind of just inspects it.
The funny thing about languages here, none of them translate. So, I've been on my own. Or was I? I don't know. Perhaps I'm just here to make sure you guys can get back.
Makes sense. So wait, are
Who
you
knows?
actually here then?
I might be. Or I might not. I don't remember. I don't remember where my particular mind frankly went. Probably somewhere out in the universe. Out in the universe, of course, but I just simply don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah,
So,
I-
I mean,
Simply click those together, and you all three will return back.
oh,
Of course, only 2 people may wear them, so those 2 people must be together in order to do so.
gotcha.
Nothing in here will kill you, it will just merely kick you out, and you may try again later. But, do be warned, for there is something to be said of where the dragons went. Where they hid themselves, and how many of them there are yet. I suggest perhaps you go and find them. Or just enjoy a little bit of exploration in a place where, frankly, the outside world has no bearing. Well, except for that one little thing that seems to get in here all the time.
Little
Haunting. Yes, haunting reflections and mirrors and stalking me.
so are we able to like explore this area?
Wait, okay. Out of character, I'd like to ask. He just said haunting figures and mentors, and haunting figures and mirrors are stalking him. Did we activate that to start happening to this dude? Or was that already ongoing before we interacted with the really creepy
Roll
woman?
me an intelligence check. And everyone else, I'd like you to roll history. Communal
I'm
history.
dumb as heck.
History.
Yep.
Knowledge history?
Knowledge history, yes.
Imagine having an 18 with a +4 modifier and getting a 7.
I got a 6.
Oh, the
Jonathan, you have noticed that that little girl has been popping up in mirrors out of the corner of your eye and following you guys around. Things
oh
are
my
like,
god, no.
Bro, you have got to say something. You have got to say something. Oh my god.
That little girl's gonna start creeping me out. What am I don't even know what to say.
Thing in a mirror. Do you? Out of character. Never mind. I
Okay.
didn't make the check,
Jonathan's
so I
gonna
wouldn't
ask
know.
to see if he's seen a little girl.
not what she is. I don't think so, though. She's definitely not something I've seen with these eyes. Perhaps my past or future would know more, but unfortunately, they're not here right now. Though I did try, I honestly did. It's unfortunate that I can't seem to summon any of myselves anymore.
At the mention of
Alright.
the little girl, I think Jin might recall a bit. Like,
Yeah, little girl in the mirror that Jack was trying to save.
it's trying to save?
Or was trying to get out of the mirror.
Oh, when you said Jack, I was actually thinking of the doctor. I completely forgot about Zake's character.
Understandable. He has not been here in a while.
Yeah, we had we when we were exploring the Tardis, is what we've learned to call it. We found one of those mirrors, and it had a creepy little girl in it.
A little girl or not, I've not quite figured that out yet. She seems to be one, but yet only in appearance.
Everything about her screamed, "Do not get near, stay away." I don't know. It felt like a monster to me.
Yeah, and it probably was. I'll see in the future, I suppose. After all, that's certainly not my past. One of the others may know more, but unfortunately I'm one of the younger ones, so you'll have to ask one of the older ones.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course it doesn't make sense to you. You're just saying that to be nice.
Yeah.
Of course, who knows why I ended up in this place, or why I'm still here. Perhaps you still need to come and find me. Or perhaps I'm just lingering here on some lost sense of nostalgia. I tend to do that, those sorts of things.
I mean, this definitely does seem like a nice place for it.
I will leave you to your journeys. Have fun.
Thank
What?
you again, Doctor.
Yes. But,
Alright, well.
do know there is something to be said of where the dragons went. So I suggest maybe there's a reason, but who knows? Who knows? And he just disappears.
Well, I mean, we're here. Do we want to try doing a little bit of exploration?
Yeah. I guess we're off to go find the dragons, huh?
Maybe not specifically find the dragons, but just kind of just look around.
I mean, if I see a dragon, I'm probably gonna want to follow it. That's just me.
That's fair. Don't get
I mean, imagine if dragons were real.
Imagine if like we could ride them.
Maybe not quite that far, but
The Jin remembers the movie Aragon. Jin
Oh, no.
remembers Jin remembers
No.
uh, uh, Dragonheart. Jin remembers the movie Lord of the Rings, where they didn't really ride dragons, but they rode Nazgul's the war, dude. There's dragons are awesome. He's just in a daze thinking about dragons.
Okay.
So Jonathan kind of gets intrigued of the idea of riding a dragon.
I only got the entirety of this place to explore, and the city nearby.
Percy will get you your own dragon too.
I don't Out of character, I just realized this was before the whole like dragon riding craze. His idea of dragons were probably like the old school like kidnap the princess, put her in a tower type dragons.
Pretty
And
much.
this type of dragons is How to Train Your Dragons dragons.
Yep.
It's just like you're
Yep.
you really want to go after some crazed scaly beast that can torch you just because you got too close to the princess.
All I know is if I see a white one, I'm going up and I'm giving it head pats.
What? It's your
This is
funeral,
totally
dude.
different from trash.
Oh,
What, are dragons just different in your time?
Well, they don't exist.
by the
But
way, did the
Change
two
the
of you
fantasy.
guys put on those rings?
Percy will put one on.
Alright,
I think Jonathan has one of them. I guess he'll put that one on too.
you were told to put those on. As you guys do, the world around you actually does start moving again. It ceases to be a painting as you look around.
Hmm.
And this goes
What
for the
about
three
Jin?
of you.
There's only two
okay.
rings.
There may only be two, but it affects everyone. You just need to click the two together to get home.
Okay. I gotcha.
So, you guys are kind of wandering, looking around. I like you guys to roll me a perception as this painting starts moving. And, like, actually coming to life. Fully. And I'll post a picture of the city that you guys find yourself near.
Man, I am blind.
19.
Why are all my perceptions so high, but everything else is like, eh?
I don't really mind it that much because I usually roll high when I'm trying to do something that's like information important. So getting a low perception I can do. Getting low sense motives on things that aren't necessarily a threat to me isn't too much of a big deal.
Meanwhile, perception is pretty much the most important skill in the game.
That is fair. Yeah.
It is a good thing that all of us have high perception in general. Honestly, we do. Like mine is sitting at a bonus of 8.
So you guys are on these plains that seem to look around for a long bit of distance. But you do see a couple cities kind of off in the distance. And along with the road you guys are kind of close to. Though, notably, it does seem to be, it's not a busy road, it seems fairly empty.
Well, I guess off we go.
Let's go get some quests.
Yes, quests.
I think there's any quests in here. And
We
it's
all
not like
know
this is a video game or anything.
Okay, we just walked into a painting. A moving painting. You could say a video game is a moving painting.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah, but I mean,
Are you guys just
Not
gonna
really.
start following the road by the bar?
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully you find Cicero.
No. No, I'm not about to go to the Dark
This-
Brotherhood, motherfucker.
Cicero calls roadside assistance.
You see a jester dancing madly in the streets about some mother.
You guys follow the road along for quite some time, and it's honestly kind of beautiful in here. The painting itself, I mean. Wandering along. You do see several, Fuck. You do see several signs as you guys kind of go along the way of just directions to places. For example, eventually hitting a crossroads after a while of walking, you see directions to one's waypoints to a place called Lana, the other points towards a place called Rune.
Hmm. You guys have a preference which way we go?
I mean, not really. This is a place that sounds interesting to you guys.
Just go. Yeah. Okay.
You
That
said
was
one
the
of them was
movie I
called
watched that
Rune,
one
right?
night.
Yeah, one of them is called Rune.
About the crazy
I think the
lady with
I
the
think the one that says rune sounds pretty interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, it does sound interesting.
Good movie.
So you guys start down this path, and as you get kind of closer, farther down, it does start to get more busy with different people and different folk. You see a cart pulled by this like large armored boar with a man who seems to be shorter than any, with a very massive beard, just kind of sitting on top of it.
Out of character, it's a dwarf!
Yeah, it's a dwarf.
Dwarfy boy.
And you also see like tall, slender figures with like long, pointed ears that seem to be like riding on various mounts. You see humans. You see all manner of various creatures. It even gets to the point where at one point you swear someone is flying overhead. Someone like flies past you guys overhead towards the city's direction.
Oh.
Whoa.
So you want to roll me a perception on that one?
Okay, I'm really getting that karma for that nat 20 earlier. That is 14.
Oh wow. Well, you guys beat the DC anyway. It's someone riding on top of a goddamn griffin.
Oh, that's so cool.
Holy shit.
That is amazing.
And you guys do trek for several hours. Being that this is a painting, you do realize that time doesn't pass here necessarily. Or it does, but the second it hits night, it's just instantly night, as if you snap your fingers.
Like a light
Well,
switch.
no, it does shift
Okay.
from day to night. Because you do watch as this happens, but for whatever reason, you guys don't feel like hungry or thirsty or anything. You just feel fine while you guys are in here. Though there is a regular day-night cycle.
Did anybody else see that dude fly by?
Yeah, that was like a griffin thing, right?
Like it was a person riding something.
Yeah, it's a
Wait,
person.
Percy,
riding a
know what
griffin.
that is?
Oh, okay, dude. So you're gonna y'all just saw that and y'all want to say riding dragons is a bit out there.
Well, dragons are giant beasts that kidnap princesses. What are they to you guys?
Best friends.
Huh, they really shaped up their PR.
Yeah. Not only that, but normally they help save the world.
Damn, you guys changed the stories these in your years.
Honestly, I kind of forgot what dragons were like in 1995.
Yeah, no,
Mostly
I
because
actually
it
need
was my birth
This
year, but
entire place, by the by, would probably bring to mind something popular around your time, Jonathan, which was actually Dungeons and Dragons. It started getting popular in the 80s when you probably were growing up.
okay, I gotcha.
Oh yeah, that means that I would know this shit too then.
Yeah, it's almost like stepping into a D&D game.
Cough cough meta.
Meta
Wow.
much, yeah.
Okay. Alright, where's the dice?
I'm ready to cast fire spells. Let's go. I need to go get a trainer in the magic town. Let's go. He like points at the big city. You guys want to go get our classes?
We don't know if that's how this works, dude.
Yeah, but let's just find out.
I mean,
I
I'm a good
wanna
shot.
go. I wanna go.
I mean, I could make a good ranger.
I mean, personally, if we could go off in any direction here, I'd want to find like the fairy city in the forest, mostly because I really like fairies, but I don't know if that exists.
Huh. I mean, only one way to find out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get going. He's gonna start running off.
No.
So you guys keep going down the road with now in renewed vigor, and you guys do start encountering more people than just the dwarf from earlier. This time you come across a blown kind of spear knight that seems to be wandering along the path, which I will post a picture of this guy.
You
He's
know,
wearing
we
kind
didn't
of
even
a
bother to. Oh, sorry.
he's wearing kind of like a long cloak that seems to cover his back, though it's kind of a strange shaped cloak.
Hmm.
Okay.
Just a
He
reminder,
looks like
I'm not a
someone I
charisma
don't want
character.
to screw around with.
Yes.
Yeah. Percy,
Do
would
we
you...
stand out to these people?
You are getting a lot of strange stares, yes. Accompanied along with this guy is a particular individual. This is a woman this time, but it's this chick.
Let's see.
I'm just thinking back to the dwarf that we just passed by. We didn't even bother to say hi. We just walked away.
He couldn't hear us anyway.
Yeah. He was on top of a wagon. But these two are kind of out walking around, and they do actually kind of look at you and give kind of pause as they are walking by.
Percy's
Hello?
just gonna try and avoid eye contact.
Take a picture, it'll last longer.
What the...
Are you actually saying that?
Yeah.
Just Percy just like punches his shoulder.
I mean, if one could paint a painting that fast, I am quite sure many an artist would be out of business, as this is the broad-haired guy.
Sorry about him. He doesn't think before he speaks.
I mean, frankly, you all are quite strange. This is the female lady who looks almost like Catgirl.
Hat girl?
Yeah, there's a picture in Hooker text
Yeah,
of this lady.
I feel
Hold
like
on.
she would be like more high pitched, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to do high pitched voice.
I've done her voice before. These two actually have names too.
I know, because I recognize her.
I do not know what she is from, and it's a picture I've had for literally years.
She's from a visual novel.
Thank you.
But, dude, they are carrying spears. I kind of don't want to mess with them.
Do not.
He just kind of looked at you guys curiously.
But
So,
we're gonna have...
where are y'all from?
She kind of thinks for a minute and says, "The southernmost continent of Solalo is my origin," and the other guy goes, "I was born here in Galin in the Highlands. Arnstead, that's where I'm from."
Very interesting. But just don't mind us. I guess we're not here to cause any trouble. So I know
That
we
would
look a
be
little
good.
strange, but
Like, yeah, the woman goes, "That would be good."
Yeah, we're just mostly here to explore.
There.
We're kind of new.
Yeah,
I mean, your clothing is sort of curious. Says the guy. Have you made it this far on the road with the bandit problems about?
we
bandits?
didn't come across any bandits.
I don't even
Perhaps
think
the
we ever
other-
used to ourselves.
And then perhaps he looks to the lady and she says, And perhaps the others took care of it.
Are you at 5800 Regent Street,
Hmm.
apartment 6?
Perhaps, or either that or we just got lucky.
I mean, that is also quite possible. They also could have been pushed farther north by the war, but who knows?
There's a good chance they saw Jonathan's muscles and just said nope.
As much as the muscles of an artificer are impressive, I highly doubt that they would be scared off by simple catapults or a small invention.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyhow, as we said, we're actually new. Is there anything we should be keeping in mind? Because you said that there was like a war going on, and there's, you know.
He kind of sighs. Nothing more than the three princes causing problems.
Heads up.
He just kind of shrugs. They've
Do they
been
just
going at it for a little while.
Ah, I see.
Speaking of our particular interests, Finn, we are running a bit late. Do you want to continue on without me? I could escort these people. I mean, I can, but are you sure you'll be fine on your own? He just kind of scoffs. I'm the one who taught you how to use that weapon of yours, so I suggest you show me a little bit more respect unless you want me to kick your ass in sparring again. Fine, fine. And he kind of walks off a little ways.
Percy would just kind of have to hold back a little bit of a chuckle.
Yeah, you guys aren't chuckling until you watch as that cloak unfolds, and the guy's wings pop out, and he just takes off.
He can fly. That guy's flying. The white guy has wings.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
How long has he always been able to do that? That's
He just kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, you must be from a different continent then. The paladins of Bellerophon are well known, as are his angels, such as ourselves."
Sorry, the area we came from was rather sheltered.
Let me guess, Severus's kingdom.
I guess.
well, actually, the story's way wilder than you could expect.
No. He just kind of shoves him a little bit.
You see, we came.
No. He just kind of put my hand on his mouth.
He looks confused.
Again, forgive him. He, like I said, he acts without thinking.
Well, sometimes acting without thinking can be a good thing.
That's fair.
If I were to think about every time I stepped up and defended someone, whether or not ending their life was a good idea, I'm fairly certain I wouldn't be a paladin.
Understandable. Anyhow.
So, are there spellcasters in the city?
You could rudimentarily say that. Rune is known for its mages.
I knew there was magic, y'all.
Though I'm not quite certain. I figured you all for mages, considering you wear no armor.
Can I roll for a magic trick?
Sure.
Perform magic tricks.
She looks at that, and she raises a hand and does something.
Oh,
I see. Very interesting imitation, though it seems you are not casting something.
no, this is a bona fide spell from my homeland.
She just raises an eyebrow.
I'm from the Stair Mage tribe. We live underneath stairs.
Out of character. Is that a Harry Potter reference?
Yeah.
Oh.
He just kind of looks at that and goes, "Well, then I am apologetic to being insulting to your peoples, but perhaps you just simply use magic we have not understood yet. Either that or you're one of those charlatans who tends to lie about these sort of things, but
Can I
I think
bluff
I'm going.
now?
I think. Go ahead.
There's with that line, it seems like she's seeing through me. I gotta roll. Oh no! Here it comes.
Hmm. Hmm. You know, I
Okay.
can't quite tell which. She thinks for a bit. I can at least give you an escort to the city, though.
It is much
So
appreciated, though.
You're welcome. So after that, I will have to get back.
Of course, of course. Your time is much appreciated.
He nods.
Yeah.
Just do cause no trouble for the King of Rune. He is, admittedly, despite being the named heir, under a lot of pressure.
Understandable.
No problems here. We actually spend most of our time trying to help those in need.
Well, then perhaps you can do some good. Until like wait for you guys to basically start walking again.
Yep.
Percy will start going. Also, our character takes us for mages. Bitch, I have a bow.
What?
Yeah. Percy has a bow. Yes. But you have blunted arrows.
You could say that's part of your culture as well, but you could probably sell it better than me.
Dude, you have a better bluff than I do. I have a -3 in my charisma.
You guys continue along the road and eventually reach kind of a large city.
Very nice.
Is there any tavern?
Do we have a description? Do we have a description of what
Yeah,
this
yeah.
place looks like?
I will give you a description as well as the picture of this place. So, it is kind of a large circular port city that seems to surround the edges of the area that it's within. Though it's not a very large, it's a very large and industrious city with a lot of different walls and things. And there's actually a picture of it in the text. Yeah. Or industrious for what you can presume this time period is. I mean, they're using horses and carts as you guys are walking around.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we want to find an inn somewhere?
That'd be a bad idea.
Pretty sure if this area is gonna be fantasy like, pretty sure they'd at least have an inn.
if there's one thing I know about inns and taverns, it's to always ask about rumors.
But Percy would look to our escort and give a smile. Thank you for bringing us here. It's much appreciated. I'm sorry, I don't think I ever quite got your name.
Oh, they call me Lark.
Thank you, Lark. It's much appreciated.
No trouble. I will have to get back soon.
Of course.
Larathon is not known to be patient, and the circle will be expecting me. And she'll give a bow, and she'll actually drop her guys, so you guys will see that she does have kind of these really nice wings that kind of match her hair color of almost a ravenish color. And she just kind of takes to the sky and starts going off.
Interesting.
I actually have a ranking system for these guys, by the way.
Nice. Well, then again, considering, That makes sense.
Yeah. But you are now left to your own devices.
Yeah. I think we should probably ask around, see if we can find an inn somewhere.
I'm gonna look for the nearest dwarf to challenge to a drinking contest.
Why?
We are in fantasy land. It is time to make fantasy memories.
You're gonna regret it in the morning.
I won't even feel it in the morning.
You guys do manage to get to an inn, and are you guys gonna use the psychic paper to try and get yourselves rooms? Because none of you have any currency on you that would work here.
That is fair.
I don't think psychic paper is gonna do it unless we're like, wait, hold on. What did they say the name of the king was? Did they ever mention the name of the king?
They haven't mentioned them.
Oh man, if we had information to go off, we could literally make it look like it's a seal from the king and get in there. But we don't have that information. We can't make that. I think if we try to use the psychic paper now, we're going to fail.
I mean, you can always use it without any description and see what happens, and I can roll my table.
Do y'all want to leave it to the dice?
Alright. I guess we're getting adventurous. Let's do it.
I mean,
Getting adventurous.
in the event where we do need money, I know for a fact that we can get money easy. In fact, I could literally produce money in a way by putting on a magic show.
Dude, this is a world full of magic people. They're gonna see right through it.
Yeah, but it could be entertaining, and that's what they're paying for.
He looks at the paper and goes, "Alright, I suppose you council mages can stay here for the night. I've got some extra rooms anyway. Just be sure you let the rest of the council know I will be fucking billing them. Let's see, Mr. Under the Stairs, here's your keys." And you guys will look at this. It says you're with the Mages Guild. It is to Mr. Low-key, Mr. what's it to you under the stairs?
Jesus. Jin is trying not to laugh. He nods and takes the paper. Thank you, good sir.
He'll hand you guys the keys. This seems to be kind of a lot more lively place. There's a bard playing, there's an old man at a table with a couple cards, and there's of course a couple drinking contests going on.
Of course.
Oh boy.
It's conveniently. Here we go.
Hey Jonathan. Hey Jonathan. You see those drinking games over there, dude?
He would have hit him up.
Bro, I bet you could pound down 6 of whatever they're serving here and not get bothered.
What are you talking about? Don't you know that shit like this usually has the strongest alcohol?
Yeah, but the way Jin
A lot
sees
more
it,
fun though.
Jin perceives Jonathan as having a lot of strength and a lot of constitution. He thinks he could endure whatever they have. That's what Jin knows him for, mostly.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll join you guys on this. Because Percy actually has a really good constitution.
Time to have some fun.
Okay, if your constitution's really high, we're gonna win, dude.
Constitution is actually one of my better stats.
Jin walks up to the table, looks the meanest looking one in the eye, and says, "I challenge you. Your boys versus our boys."
Alright, what are you betting?
Dang. Okay, I really hope we win this, guys, because, Jin goes to motion into his front pocket, and he, pulls out a shiny black brick.
Oh no. I'm gonna out of character. I'm gonna have to steal this back for you, ain't I?
Yeah, if we lose, yes, please. I do not want to lose the only thing that's really cool about my character that I own.
Lucky for you, I'm actually trained in sleight of hand.
Oh, dude, we're gonna cheat though, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Percy's gonna be like acting like they're drinking, but because their sleight of hand's so high, they're just
It's
actually
not
using
that
empty
high.
cups.
I'm trained in it. I've done it before.
He thinks for a bit and says, "Well, you don't got gold to bet, so can't bet gold back. Per honor code, so I got this." And he slams down a map.
Oh, a map.
Deal.
It's a deal, yeah. Honestly, I got a GPS, so we're good. It's basically the same thing.
This. And
Yeah,
he
but your
says,
GPS doesn't map out this place.
Yeah, but it could if I wanted it to, but you know.
Just
I'd have to
roll
fill it in.
dice.
And he basically goes, map to one of the greatest map to all the dragons' holdings, or at least their hordes, where they're supposedly at. Another guy behind me goes, "You can't bet that. We're supposed to be going after those. Shut it." Versus your gold brick.
Hmm.
Isn't it like a black brick?
It's a black flat brick. He knows nothing about it other than the confidence on when I put it on the table that it's worth something. That's what he's going off of. So he put the confidence of something he trusts on the table as an equal.
Oh
Yep.
no, I get it. All right. Well, that was all out of character, just letting you guys know.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah. Basically, I got like a map to the dragons versus cell phone.
Yeah.
You guys got
Fair
fucking
enough.
isekai'd.
We got what?
Fucking isekai'd.
I don't know
It's
what
where
that
you
means.
go into another world.
Okay.
So like, have you seen Full Metal Alchemist?
Yes.
Imagine
I've seen
if you
Brotherhood.
just walk through a door into
I've
Full
seen
Metal
it.
Alchemist. That's what isekai means.
Okay.
I mean, usually it means if you die and you go there, but
Yeah.
I mean, following the O3 anime's logic, you kinda fucking do. So, anyway. I'd like you guys to each roll me con saves, and I need you guys to each roll me
You mean
like 3
fortitudes?
each. Or fortitudes, yeah. 3 each.
3 cons.
Ooh, I did really good the first
42.
two.
So 16 plus. I'm just gonna type these out. So
Wait, we need cons or fortitude?
Fortitude. Sorry.
Yeah, fortitudes. Which
16 plus 3 is 19.
Dwarfman not doing so well.
oh come on. Oh no.
15.
Jonathan gets out round 1.
And
DC for these
21.
is 10.
Oh god. Poor
No.
Jonathan.
Jonathan and Jin, you guys are pretty. Jonathan is out by round 2. Like, he took the first drink and he got incredibly drunk, but he tried to keep going. And then the next one, like, he drinks and he's like, yeah, I did. Whack. He is on the table.
Jonathan! I pat him on the back. Jonathan!
Wow.
Jin, by the third one, you're so drunk that the room is spinning and you think you've reached another plane of existence.
I mean, he
Yo.
kind of has been though.
I'm about to get
Percy.
isekai.
By the time you're done, it's just down to you and the dwarf that you bet for the brick. And as you think, like, you go chug the final one, and you think, and the guy goes, you know what? Let's make this interesting, and pulls out something else from a flask, and he pulls out only a shot of these two.
Oh.
Dwarven ale, strongest stuff in the universe. You
Nope.
take this, the map is yours. He downs it, and then passes out. Percy, you down this shit. And it's nice, it tastes pretty, like, smoky, but nothing. Though you are incredibly tipsy. Jin, you're not passed out, but you're getting there. Jonathan, you're just flat out passed out.
Yeah, I'm on the table.
You're on the table. Percy is the only one who's sober enough to know what's going on.
Did we won?
I think we did.
We won?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did, jackass.
Meaning you get to keep both the phone and the map.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
He will take them
Oh
both.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And we will
Yeah.
bid
Oh,
you
yeah.
adieu. He's just gotta pick
You guys are gonna have to
pick
drag
them
my
both
body
up
around
and just
though.
We
drag them off.
we
Yeah.
got. I stumbled, try to help Jonathan with with Percy pulling Jonathan's primary weight. I'm probably on the other side of Jonathan. I'm sort of using him to balance myself, but also I'm trying to carry him.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming we're just gonna go upstairs to our rooms because, dude, I do not. Should after we get drunk? I don't think so.
Yeah. You guys wake up next morning. Jonathan, you don't remember anything after the drinking contest.
I
Jin,
probably have a headache or something.
you have a headache, like the size of like it feels like someone's constantly beating a pan somewhere. Jin, you've got a headache, but it's not that bad. Percy, you've got no hangover. You just won the map for these guys. You're feeling awesome.
Percy would just look over to them with the cockiest smirk. It's just like, you boys enjoy your liquor?
Sorry, they got a 21 last one.
Jin's like, and you didn't want to do it. Now look at you. You won the whole thing for us.
Hey, look, the moment I found out that the legal age for alcohol in Britain was 18 instead of 21, like back in the States, I abused the hell out of that.
Jonathan, are you alive?
Jonathan
I'm gonna
is just
take a
gonna look
break
up,
and
like,
go to the bathroom.
here's
quick.
a big
Actually,
thumbs
could
up.
we take a food break? Because I am kind of hungry.
No, let's take a food break.
Alright.
Because I gotta go to the bathroom.
We'll be back.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
be back. Probably take me less time.
Yeet.
So Jonathan kind of just looks at Jin, just gives you a big thumbs up.
We got a clue to the dragon's hoard, which means we're that much closer to finding a real dragon.
Alright, cool. Let's just hope this adventure doesn't kill us.
It won't. It will not. It shall not. It cannot.
It,
Hey, if we die, we just get kicked out, so let's just be, you know. He said we're immortal here, basically. So let's purposely put ourselves in harm's way and see what happens.
that'll be... I don't know. Just imagining us, like, getting to danger, we all die and get kicked out of the painting, we're like, oh, damn.
Oh, dang. Let's walk right back in.
Who knows what happened? Honestly, I kind of feel like that if we die and get kicked out, it might restart the adventure.
Oh, that would suck. It's not every day you win a drinking contest against a group of dwarves.
I think if it's more like Dark Souls, then we'd get kicked out, but we would still have the map.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So we would still have the map going in back.
We're gonna
in.
see so many references in this little section of the campaign. Like that you dollars to donuts. We're gonna see a Dark Souls reference without a doubt. We're probably gonna see a Lord of the Rings reference without a doubt, dude. Like honestly, I was hoping that the rings looked like the One Ring, so I could be like, which one's the one that rules them all?
Yeah. We'll have to see. Honestly, I think the drinking contest bit is probably going to be one of our favorites.
You know, I'm glad we did it with dwarves. I was like, I hope we have dwarves, dude. I'm just saying, like, I hope we find a bunch of cocky dwarves and just challenge them to a drinking contest.
I like that fucking Percy wanted it all for us.
I know, he didn't even want to do it. He didn't even want to do it, dude. He did not want to drink. He was like, I don't think it's a good idea. I'll have to steal the stuff back. I'm like, yeah, but let's do it anyway. Let's get drunk.
I return.
Welcome back. We were just discussing the things we thought we might find. I was like, bet you dollars to donuts, we're gonna find a Dark Souls reference. Bet you dollars to donuts, we're gonna see Lord of the Rings mentioned or referenced. This whole place is just gonna be amazing from start to finish. And then he said that no matter what, he thinks that the drinking game is gonna be one of the favorites of the game.
I will say this. This scenario has 12 different parts to it. So you guys by no means have to complete it all at once.
12
This is not
different parts. Oh, that's right. There's 11
question.
dragons that flew
There's
into all
11
different-
dragons. Yeah. And then there's a 12th part to it, but
Just probably what happens when you find them all. They form into Omega Shinra.
no, not Dragon Ball. It's more so fixing something that was broken.
Dude, you about to fix one of them points.
That's what it seems like. Going into this, we're more than likely going to figure out something.
I don't know what's in here, but I hope we find psychers.
Psyker.
Psyker is somebody that uses psychic means.
I got like a YouTube, an image off YouTube and trying to like modify her profile picture. So I don't know why it.
You just now started talking. I think you
Yeah.
were saying
Yeah.
something you kind of missed, like a few bits of.
Oh, have I been cutting out?
We haven't heard anything
Yeah.
like that. But also, I don't think Percy's here.
Mhm.
But dude, here be dragons.
This isn't necessarily Here Be Dragons. This is technically my own D&D campaign setting.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like I've never actually finished Here Be Dragons. I've seen like an hour-long video on it. That's all I've seen, and I think I fell asleep after it. But I got the high points and the sad points down, so like I
I have
understand
seen
how it plays
all of
there.
it, and I also know what's in the SCP that came that was found within it after a while, called Beasts of the Old Letter. So I know what's in Beasts of the Old Letter as well. I thought about making that the setting, but then I realized that would be boring and wouldn't fit the premise, so I decided to go with my own D&D setting because I know that fairly well.
The dude, so like magic's real here, dude, and there's people training spear stuff. Dude, we can pick up skills here, and they probably would only remain here. But if you wanted to learn something crazy, you could probably do it here.
Just humans, though.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but like, what if we go to the mages and be like, yo, mages, how do y'all do magic here? And unless they say, oh, it's something we do from birth, then I think we can learn it.
Something to try, but I
You
doubt
are in
that
my
would
kingdom.
actually work.
Galen is a kingdom of humans. The prince that keeps getting talked about above table is a master of transmutation magic by the name of Kaiseus. Known for being particularly good with Chimera.
Oh, so he's like a good-natured Shell Tucker?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's great. Next time I have to do a bluff, or I'm gonna bluff somebody, I'm gonna tie it in. I'm gonna do some mind games with them. I'm gonna see if I can actually get them to believe I can do magic. I've got an idea for it. I was trying to be quiet when the doctor was out, because, like, it's a doctor in me. I really don't want to hog it up.
Well,
And on top of
Thing
that,
is-
my doctor wasn't even there.
Oh yeah. But like, he's not gonna say much to you guys. But, as he said, he can't remember he can't remember much about this place, or where he is, or when he is, or why he is. And as far as you guys are concerned, he can't even stay stable as one individual being.
No,
Yeah.
he needed something to ground him to the moment, so he can have the one that was actually called upon. Like, going into Percy's pocket, he pull out the jelly babies, but then, after doing so, cementing his form into the doctor that Percy identified as, and then continued to pull his own jelly babies out and share it with everybody else.
Yep.
See, if you pay attention to the figure the world out a little bit, it's kind of cool. I kind of want to ask where this could go from here, because he said there's 12 parts, and I'm like, well, can we trigger one part today? Because I'm trying to figure that out, and that's what I'm assuming this dragon horde thing can go to.
You guys can. I need to go put some stuff away for my dad quick though, so I may lose connection.
Okay, go ahead. I'll I don't know, I'll play Slay the Spire for a second. Or maybe some hyper light drift, I don't know. Something quick that's like 5 minutes.
Hey yo, I'm back. Everyone else still on break? Nope. Sup, nerds? I'm back.
I'm gonna teach these people the magic of swag.
Oh no. Also, welcome to the stream party, Rock. Good to see you again. I can never remember.
Oh, dude,
It's just one.
I can't wait. Wait, if this is being recorded, that means they can see the whole drinking contest.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's so hype.
I may or may not have stolen one of the cookie dough balls out of the big box of cookie dough my parents bought.
Cookie dough
like
balls
a-
are good.
Ooh,
It's like a
I'm
5-pound ball of like box of frozen cookie dough. Like there's hundreds of cookies in there that are just oatmeal raisin.
Hell yeah.
So
Not
you're
supposed-
getting in trouble.
only if you get caught. Borrow Percy's skill.
Yeah.
I
I'm
am a
gonna say it's not
sneaky
like I'm
boy.
taking multiple. I just took one, and there's. It's also like 7 o'clock, so.
Alright, y'all taking a minute to munch, or y'all good?
I'm all good. I had some Doritos. I may get more tea, but
I'm all good.
I think I'm pretty good for now. So in the morning, are you guys gonna take a look at this map?
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
open
we
up
are.
the map because I am using the old map for my world, and I'm very happy.
Oh, old Arion. Is this
Mhm.
Arion? I assume it is.
You know how cool it is to just be able to be like, yeah, my campaign runs 2 editions.
I mean, my campaign is technically run 3 editions because I've got my friend's homebrew system, I've got 5th edition, and now I've got Pathfinder.
Nice.
Our campaign is literally so cool and meta in a way, because if you think about it, we're in a D&D campaign in a D&D campaign.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
How does Discord need to update again? I'll update it after a session.
Yeah. I'm trying to find my old map, but I'm not having much luck.
I'm sure.
You're lucky, Percy. You got to try the really good ale.
Again, con is literally one of my 2 highest scores. The other is wisdom.
Oh my god. Okay, so you're basically infallible. If you have good defense for anybody trying to do anything to you, and on top of that, you can take the most hits.
Now you're thinking Dex and Constitution. Wisdom is basically survival stuff. So like
Yeah.
perception, survival, stuff like that. I
It's like,
told
I
you,
kind of wish I
I'm
had a
playing a
little bit
train
higher.
boy. It makes sense.
Alright, so I'm gonna put a little X on the map here. And you guys are where this X is. It's hard to do with the mouse.
Fair.
I could just plug my tablet in, I don't want to.
I feel that laziness.
You know what? Screw it. You can just clearly see where it is on the map itself, so.
Map.
Alright, so I'm gonna post it in Hooker text. But I will also make it into a thing on the Roll20 for everybody. So that way
Yay.
we have it.
Alright then.
Close out of the cooking tab because that mac and cheese is just making me so heckin' hungry.
You just ate though.
I had a bag of chips
Fair.
and a rock ball of cookie dough.
Why didn't you get more then?
Because my dad is like cutting up garden stuff in the kitchen and I don't want to bug him.
Noted.
Alright.
Alright, and you said we're in Talavir, right?
You guys are in Galin in Rune. Talavir is a desert wasteland. You guys do not want to be there. If you were, you'd be starving.
Yeah. But, okay, so we're in Galin.
You're in Galin in Rune.
Oh, I
see
see. I see where
like
we are.
right there, okay.
Let me just do width of 28. And I'll move
So
you
there's
guys
a
over.
large body of water separating us from these other continents here. I think I'm looking at that right, yeah?
Likewise, just for above table knowledge, most boats will not go anywhere within 2 miles of Talavir. But
Noted.
that can be explained in character.
Hmm.
So you guys are on the northern, or the southernmost shore of Galind on the city of Rune.
All right then. So, first you would just kind of look at that and just kind of point to the to like the kind of like wing like with halo symbols. I'm assuming that's where the dragon things are. Either that or capitals. I can't tell. You know, I probably should have asked about this before we left.
That looks like it might be a capital. If you look at the other continents here, they each have this a similar symbol.
And on top of that, they also said not to cause troubles for the king, so he probably does live there.
Alright then, avoiding it. So out of character, is it marked on here where the dragon hordes are supposedly?
The wing points are, yes.
Oh, okay, so I was correct.
Dragonborn? What?
Dragon hordes.
Oh, okay.
But, okay, so I was correct. Those are, like, dragon places, not capitals. Well, if we were told
I'm
to
a fan
find
of this.
dragons, there's one here on Glen.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do? I mean, we can't do anything against the dragon.
Maybe you can.
What do you? What can you do?
Takes out bow.
I am going to make it, my friend. It will give me its sword willingly.
Oh my god.
I think if you're gonna have a bow, then I would need to make missiles.
Cool. Well, you guys are in a city. You guys can start asking around about stuff.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
So,
I actually might. Oh, I might actually see if Jonathan can use his engineering skill.
I was gonna say in bad faith, oh, hey, let me go approach a beggar and ask him where I can get some money.
Oh,
How
come
do you
on,
make money?
dude.
How do you make money around here, buddy? I'm not actually doing that. I'm
Dude.
sorry. I'm not trying. I'm not
That's
actually doing
rude.
I mean, you guys would note that there is a, like, just around town in general, there's a variety of shops and different things. There is a harbor, so if you guys would like to look into getting passage anywhere, you guys could check the harbor.
I think honestly, we should probably see about finding a way to make money.
Fair.
I mean, we can't really find anything without gold or whatever they use.
Yeah, that is the hard thing about this.
Let's figure out a way to make money.
There's always
Maybe
the
if they have
Avengers
a
Guild.
The Avengers Guild.
Maybe if they have some.
You know, why don't we go check that out? That sounds like fun.
I'm just out of character, just imagining us going to this guild, accepting a quest, and then going out to find that these quests are not fun at all.
I'm just hoping for some Goblin Slayer type quests. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, but man, it's the darkest D&D setting I've ever seen in an anime ever.
Not hoping not. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping for something more fantastical.
Dude, Crystal, in your free time, go watch episode 1 of Goblin Slayer. Just watch episode 1. That's the only episode you have to watch. You don't gotta watch anything else. You can stop after episode 1 to know just how bad this show is.
Well then.
Fair enough. Where can I see it?
Anybody watch that, though?
So, essentially, you guys would go around, and this place is full of people from everywhere, knights in armor, different things. There's also a Mages Guild that seems to be placed kind of next door, which is where you assume that the paper pulled the certification from.
Makes sense.
Alright.
I guess we're headed over to the Avengers Guild then. If
I'm
that's
ready
around
for
here.
some equipment.
Eat.
Yo, we're gonna be mithril plate adventurers before the day's out.
Aha, very funny. Nope. I
I
guess.
don't. I doubt it.
So, you guys walk in, and it's a very interesting place. Like I said, a lot of people are wandering around in and out of this place, varying different races and things. You actually see, like, proper elves, like dark elves, like golden-skinned elves, like different varieties. There seems like 5 or 6 different varieties wandering around. There's a couple of those angels you met earlier, there's cat girls, there's weird furry-looking things.
Yo, is
There's
this
wizards and their familiars just kind of hanging out. It's a variety of things. Imagine the fairy tale guild hall, basically. That's what I based this area off of.
Ooh.
Jen would look at one of the gold elves and walk up and say, "Hey, I love what you've done with your skin. What do you use? It's so beautiful."
I mean, I don't really do anything special with it. Some elves are just sort of naturally born this color. You knew. This is a question I get from most humans who haven't seen elves.
Yeah, actually, we just arrived in town. We were looking to whet our appetites on whatever y'all have locally in the means of questing.
We don't have much locally right now. You'd want to talk to Marion about that. And he gestures at actually at a legit front desk.
Alrighty, thank you.
And at the desk is a tiefling lady. Basically, demon girl.
Sweet.
Out of character, honey, don't fucking tempt me.
I will tempt you.
Bitch! I love you, but god damn it, you know tieflings are my weakness.
Percy, I think you should take the lead on this one.
Fuck you! But if you really prefer, Percy would go up. Good morning, ma'am. Doc?
Hmm?
Did you not hear that?
Percy's walking up. I'm just looking at a thing. So basically, you walk up and she says, hello, welcome to the guild.
Hi, we're kind of new in town, and we are looking for some quests we could possibly do to get our kind of foot on the ground around here.
Well, we've got a couple going on at the moment, but you'd have to talk about joining. You have to join the guild for that.
Oh, I see. Is there any requirement for that, or?
Not in particular, just a will to help other people out and actually solve problems. Just predominantly what we do around here.
I mean, that's what we're all about.
Thinking about it. We don't have any entry-level quests at the moment, though. It seems they've all sort of been taken.
What's the next best thing?
Well, she'd give me a second, and she'd actually do something with her hands, and all of a sudden an imp would pop up. And he was like, yes? You called? Go and find that one cat that's been stalking around asking about an expedition. But I don't like talking to the crazy lady. March, as she just points. Alright.
I need to get me one of those.
Tricky?
I mean, I would suppose, but becoming a warlock is quite the difficult process. Now then. Is there... I would need to get names as well as species from all of you.
Oh, yes, Perseus. Human.
Okay? Writes that down.
Jonathan walks up. He's like, name's Jonathan. Human.
Nods.
Gene Stair Dweller. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Slap upside the head.
I'm going to put you down as human. You do not seem to be a turtle.
I hide my shell.
Forgive him.
She just looks over at the other secretary, who just slowly looks back. And is just like, hey, look at, like, over in the corner at this one turtle who's drinking tea. It basically looks like Master Uguay, who's just sitting there, raises the teacup very slowly, and just takes a long sip. And then she goes, right, human.
Forgive him. He can
I hate
be a bit of
Derpy.
a jokester.
The turtle just says across the room, I mean, there are no accidents in life after all.
Does he actually fucking say that?
Yes, he does!
Percy would just kind of chuckle. Anyhow.
As far as this particular quest goes, we've been looking to send some entry-level recruits with a particular researcher who wants to travel to quite a few different places. That's who I've sent my imp off to go and find. It's just, she's a bit of a handful.
Handful how?
Out of character, I'm just
crazed-
imagining she goes into the room right now.
Crazed researcher type.
Sounds like
Oh,
fun.
she's just manic.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh, cool. We're gonna get along.
I would hope so. She's a bit of an obsessive type. I've been having trouble figuring out anyone to go on the expedition with her, considering of the places she wishes to go.
That's fair. Well, I mean, we're pretty open to things.
Yeah, where can we go with her?
No one is crazy enough to go into Talavir.
That's fair. That's
I'm
fair.
sorry. But it's a desert wasteland full of machines that shouldn't be even possible anymore. That's been rotting away for centuries. No one goes.
Jonathan kind of just perks up from hearing machines.
Not now.
If you wish to go with her, though, she's got a couple other stops. Though, most of them are just as dangerous as the last, including the caldera of the mountain on Faisal, which is, basically jumping into a volcano.
Like, Jonathan, I know machines are pretty cool, but I'm not a fan of sweating or having to carry copious amounts of water.
Oh, Talavir is worse, you see. One of their robots would dwarf this guild hall, and most of them are active in wandering the desert. Their long-range projectiles are enough to take out some galleons that get too close. That's why no one goes near it.
And it's just gonna attack whoever it sees.
We haven't gotten anyone out there that's come back to actually explain how they work, so... But then again, even some of the highest levels can't even defeat one of them with any relative ease. They can fight one off, sure, but... defeating one is a different story.
You know what? Yeah, maybe we should just stick with the researcher lady.
Yeah.
The researcher later is going here.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's also what
okay.
I'm understanding as well.
I mean, to be fair, Eris is not a weak member of the guild. She is one of our... Between the Mages Guild and here, she's technically one of the most skilled skilled mages in the world. It's just her ambitions are a bit drastic.
What's her mage specialty? What kind of spells does she use primarily?
We don't really know. She's a sphinx, so it's usually hard to tell.
Jesus.
Cool.
We assume time magic, but to be fair, we haven't had a cleric of that particular god around to ask if she's a cleric herself, and she won't confirm or deny that.
Percy, are you good with riddles?
Usually, yeah.
Well, keep that on the back burner. Sphinxes like riddles.
Just pinches the bridge of
That
his
is a
nose.
very, very strong racist stereotype.
He... No, trust me. You should have seen how he acted around me when we first met. Again, I am so sorry about him.
Yeah, you just turn around, I'll show you. This is Eris.
Wait, she was behind me?
Yep! She just kind of popped up.
Rolls of 3. Who can this be?
Yeah, Percy just turns around and just goes, I am so sorry for my friend's idiocy.
It is fair.
Meow.
Did he just say meow?
Yeah, I guess that's a lot.
You're,
This one is very used to it.
Ah, gotcha. So you said your name was Eris?
Yes.
Pleasure meeting you.
You know, I am a researcher looking into the various dragons that we have been finding around the region that are not very well known. So far, I've managed to nail down a couple of their locations, but it seems like they tend to group in pairs, or not at all.
I see.
Now,
So,
above table, I will mention the winged marks are not where the dragons are. Those are holdovers from my last campaign. Ignore those.
Can do.
so
Alright.
if she's on the tail of a dragon, then chances are she's actually on the tail of 2.
I was hoping to get involved with a particular dwarf expedition who was going, but the drunken bastard betted away his map.
Percy just kind of just chuckles a little bit.
Did he have a really long beard, a mean face?
Penchant for throwing away things he shouldn't? Yes.
When he doesn't understand the value of what he's betting against?
She nods.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
Percy just
Go back.
rolls his eyes and just holds out the map. Oh no. Nah, we actually have it.
I see. Well, in that case, it means the guild has to foot some of the build this time. I don't have to pay for explorers myself, which is good. But you will still get paid.
Much appreciated.
So
Alright,
I have
well.
to ask, why the particular interest in the dragons enough that you'd risk something of value on a map?
Well,
I mean, I'm pretty good with my alcohol, so it's wasn't
I
that
thought
much
it would be
risk for me.
fun. I didn't know he was going to bet the map. I just thought it would be fun. That was my primary driving motive. But we are, in fact, looking for dragons ourselves. The reason being varied among us. Percy, you want to find the dragons, don't you?
Yeah, I'm actually quite curious. The tales of dragons from where I'm from, it's quite different than what I've heard from around here, so I'm very curious.
I'll look at this for a bit.
Also, hi Derby.
Hello. Here, let's go upstairs to one of the rooms for negotiation of this stuff talk.
Sounds
As
good.
I never wrote down payment for this quest. And so she drags you guys upstairs.
Percy, not follow.
Is cat scratch fever a thing?
Oh my god, dude. Dude, you're going to get us slapped.
Just because there's a bard playing that on his guitar somewhere. Just a few notes as you go by.
See? Okay.
Oh my god.
You eventually do get up there, and she goes, "So, you're not interested in the dragons for a normal reason."
No, I think my reason's pretty normal. I just want a friend.
So you're a monster fucker.
Percy just
That's
starts
a broad
losing
term.
it. It just. He actually has to lean over on the wall because he's laughing so hard.
When the word hit Jit's ears, absolutely all the cards up his sleeve just fall out. Oh, I dropped that. Here, let me pick this up.
I am being serious here. Basically, most of the dragons and dragon lords are well known. We keep in contact with them quite frequently. At least, in terms of where their lairs are in case one starts causing trouble. Usually with the guild. So that would be a threat of a high level dependent upon the dragon. Hatchlings do tend to get rambunctious dependently. But
As children do.
yes, these 11 showed up out of nowhere with no connection to anything and seem to be impossible to track. It is like they are existing upon the world rather than within it.
Out of character, I just realized what that is.
Don't know what that is.
Percy will explain it when y'all are alone. That
Fair enough.
is pretty. That's. And you guys have no idea where they came from.
Not really, and no one wants to chase them down because until earlier today, no one had seen them.
Wait, they only showed up today?
Jin
There
is
was-
kind of.
Yes. Or yesterday, I would say. We've been scrambling, it took you guys a week to get to Rune, so it'd be a week ago. I didn't account for travel time. It didn't take you guys just a day to get from near Lana to Rune. I apologize.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's been about a week, and we've contacted everyone we could think of, and we've got no explanation for them.
Are they hurting anybody? Are they causing trouble? Or are they just around?
They're just sort of around as if waiting. So, I'm supposed to go and figure out what's going on.
Well, I think it's in both of our interests if we help you do this.
Okay. And I will ask which continent you'd like to pursue them on first. There seem to be 2 here in Glen, from what our estimations has been.
I mean, why not start there?
The closest ones will be the easiest, and getting into contact with them will tell us more about the others. I have a feeling about that.
Actually, have character. Wait, I just realized Percy wouldn't know.
I mean, for starters, I know that the 2 smallest of the group, the 2 black ones, well, they weren't black, they were more like gray. They stuck around here. I know last I saw one was headed towards the city, here in Arnstead, and another seemed to head to Loomis, which is a city sort of in between here and Arnstead. Though there's no path between Arnstead and Loomis, you'd probably likely have to go through the forest.
Okay, so we wander in the forest or get lost or take the longer path to get to the destination that is more certain. There's no telling what we'll head in the forest.
I mean, I'm pretty good at navigating forests. I don't think we'd get lost in there.
Are there fairies in the forest?
Just like a handshake gesture. That one, perhaps. It really depends. I know there are a couple guild members who have claimed to see different weird things in that forest.
Well, let's go. Let's start there then.
Yeah, I had to like look up my my better version of the map. The Gloaming Woods are kind of a bit of a weird stretch. There is a path to Arnstead through them, but it is not well used. So you'd have a harder time getting through there.
Hmm.
Well, you know the lands. Where would you start?
Personally, I would start with the Dragon and Loomis because the other one is in Arnstead. Or perhaps they are both in Arnstead. Hold on. She actually looks like unfurls her own map. This is what I don't understand about these things. They appear and disappear off any tracking as if they fade out of existence.
Is that not normal for dragons? Like dragon magic type stuff?
Dragons are normally so bright that you could track one if you had the vague description of them.
Hmm.
These ones have the magic of an infant trying to cast their first fire spell. A flash in the pan.
So like a... Do you think these guys are maybe like ghost dragons or something?
I mean, Draco Liches are a thing.
No, not
So I
dragon
don't-
witches. Ghost dragons.
It's possible. It is up to you how we pursue this, but
Hmm.
I say just head to Loomis and see if we can pick them out in the woods. If not, well,
Then we
You may
know
be
they're
out
in
of luck.
Armstead.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds good.
Um, are we gonna need tools to defend ourselves? I'm assuming we're gonna run into trouble eventually.
I mean, it is possible, but usually the woods are kept fairly clear.
Okay.
Loomis to Ruin is a very frequently traveled path. Not many people go to Lana. It is where the predominant forces. It's where Severus's forces predominantly end up clashing with the paladins. Likewise, I'd avoid Kain's route. Mirandus's forces are also clashing with the paladins there.
Understandable.
Though it seems like our king Caesius is the only one. The king of Rune is the only one who's managed to stay out of this conflict, as according to the paladins, Mirandus has been committing very big acts of great evil. So we'll want to avoid his kingdom at all costs.
Understandable. But yeah, looks like we should be good.
We can set out as soon as you are ready. If you need supplies, I suppose I can cover that for now. I assume you have no gold, and well, I have more than enough.
Do we look that poor? I whispered to Percy.
He's just like,
No, you look like you come from outside the painting. Only one other like you has come through. And
oh,
two others.
Wait, what? Huh?
okay, so you know.
Yes, I know who you are, or at least a rough imagination. It has been quite some time since someone like you has returned to fantasy.
We came at the same time the dragons did.
Yes. I had dearly hoped that that doctor figure would return. He did so much for us back in the day, back when this place was nothing more than human fairy tales.
What did
I
he
might-
look like?
Oh, back then?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. He had sort of a black tie, sort of like looked like a not a bow tie, but like laces.
Like
Short
the long
black
tie?
hair. Not a long tie, like it was tied like a bow, but it was like a thin string.
Alright.
He wore sort of a black suit and had almost like brown hair cut, almost like someone had taken a pole around his head.
Hmm.
He had a
That
girl with him who used to call him grandfather. Her name was Susan.
Oh.
Oh, Hooves, real quick.
Yes.
I wanted to ask about the potential for using Jonathan's crafting abilities.
Mm-hmm.
with all the magic.
Yeah. I mean, using something that can be sort of like casting magic, but not really.
Dude, we need to get you a mage's staff.
But like, I was thinking of like the possibility of him making like bombs or something.
Uh,
I can think of multiple applications for you coming up with
Or maybe,
some sort of
or maybe
explosive.
even. Actually, yeah.
Like, what if you invent smoke bombs?
smoke bombs and stuff would be perfectly,
Hopes you cut out again.
right, I was thinking.
Oh,
So,
Pardon.
basically, um, you can make bombs. I would recommend not making explosive bombs. Smoke bombs or like paint bombs. Basically, keep it to non-lethal, but you do have a recipe in mind for paint bombs.
okay.
That is something I'll be sticking with throughout the campaign. Explosives and stuff, I will allow you guys to start making later on as a rare exception case.
But something we want to avoid.
Weapons are something that should be avoided usually. You guys can get like basic like spears and stuff from here, but there's no guarantee you guys can take them to the outside.
Yeah, there's a reason why all my arrows are blunted.
I wasn't expecting to take anything from here outside. If when the dragons were out in the library, they were paper, and when they went in here, they became real. We take them out, it's just gonna be wooden pikes and wooden stuff. It's just gonna be like toys.
No, I was expecting that they were gonna be like fucking foam LARPing things.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Also, Doc, was I correct on my my little theory?
Uh,
Close?
close. I can talk more potentially later on the idea.
That's fair. Actually, how much longer are we going?
Basically when you guys head off, I can stop for the evening. It really is up to you guys.
I'm down for whatever.
I don't want to keep you guys up too late, but this is one of the bigger scenarios, so I may like not know when to stop it. So
That's fair, because my other thought is that we were told that, oh, we can basically go, we can basically stop and start this one however we want, right? With the ring things? We
Yeah,
can
pretty
leave
much.
and come back whenever we want.
yep, and then something interesting will happen with the painting. So
Honestly, I've been so engrossed in this scenario. It's like I almost don't want to stop.
I'm down
That's
to keep
fair.
going. And so but if you want to put something together, your craft skill, you can totally make paint bombs or something with this place.
Yep. I'm
Yeah,
down.
can I go ahead and roll?
Sure.
Should I roll craft or engineering knowledge?
Craft.
I'd be okay with tapping the rings.
Oh,
after we
damn.
take the belt.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to keep exploring the Tardis outside, or if you guys want to keep doing this. I have to say, this is one of the longest scenarios, but it is one that has a really good reward to it, so it's worth doing. It's just,
49.
you managed to craft a bunch of paint bombs. Like, This place is nice. It seems like the chemists here actually do have breakable flasks, like easily breakable flasks that they sell specifically for this stuff. So imagine make about like 5 or 6 of them. But yeah, now, if you guys want to stop the current progress on the scenario here, you guys are more than welcome to go back and explore the Tardis, or leave and get different clothing to match the scenario, stuff like that.
Yeah, because my other thought is that we said that this is, like, I may be the only one in this, but we were told that we could, like, stop and start this one. I kinda don't want to be doing this exact same thing for the next, like, 3 sessions.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You guys will
Fair
likely
enough.
be, if you guys do this, you guys will likely be stuck on it for multiple sessions.
Yeah, that's my concern.
And Eris will actually point out to you guys that, you know, time in here is equivalent to the real world, so you guys have been in here about a week. So if you need to take a break, that's perfectly fine. I can wait.
It's much appreciated,
place-
Eris.
This place does not change without someone here, which is why it's nice to receive visitors, but admittedly, this is only a fragment of this dimension, what's left of it. It used to be a much larger pocket of the universe. So, if you need to go for it, but admittedly, do come back.
Of course. This place is awesome.
He nods.
Yeah, we'll definitely see about coming back for more of this.
And as you guys are gonna tap the rings together, everything around you freezes and turns back into a painting. And when you guys step out, you're viewing Eris sitting in that in that room, looking over her notes and stuff, just kind of sitting there. The painting itself has actively changed based on where you guys last left off. Almost like a storybook.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. Yeah.
But if you guys would like, you can keep exploring the TARDIS, or we can end it here.
If we pull her out, will she be a cat?
Would you
I'm
like to?
sorry, that's where my train of thought is.
You guys can't pull her out. She is a fictional individual.
Oh.
So if she were to come here, she would literally get Thanos snapped.
Oh.
That, or she would turn into a actual cat, or a blotch of ink on the floor or something. And this
Oh my God.
NPC is and the reason I say this above table is because this NPC is very quest important.
Let's not kill her.
Yeah, please don't kill her.
Like, if you told me that we pulled her out and she became a blob of ink on the ground, I would immediately drop to my knees and say, no, we killed her. Because, God, dude, that's kind of sad.
I mean, they have their own little world in there. Why take them out?
Exactly.
Fantasy cannot exist within reality.
Big sets.
Yeah.
But anyhow, do you guys want to keep on going? Or you guys good for a night?
I'm gonna leave that up to you.
I'm more than up to keep going.
Jonathan?
Yo.
Are you good for a
So,
night, or do you want to keep on going?
I mean, if everyone else is gonna go ahead and stop the session here, I'm fine with stopping it here.
Basically, we're just trying to find out if anybody doesn't want to continue. Because if somebody doesn't want to continue, we can stop.
I am getting a little tired.
Alright, then let's stop.
Fair.
Alright.
Sorry.
All good, dude.
No, you're fine.
We can just, beg hoops to make another session soon.
Yeah, I mean, we do run this again next week.
Hey.
Alright, that's hype. That's hype.
Hey. But today was fun.
Yes, it was.
You're taking me to a fantasy world where I can pretty much say whatever, and I won't look like a bad person. See, if we were just in the Who world, I would have to be on my better behavior. But in a fantasy world, I could literally just craft whatever. I could say whatever and see how these people that don't really exist react to somebody who's just saying things and doing things that make zero sense to any of them.
Oh boy. Also, yes,
Oh,
Party
yeah.
Rock, this is
Before
the
I
end of the
forget about
stream.
this,
But this has been fun, though. Hope to see y'all back next week.
Yeah. Sure thing.
Bye! Good luck
Peace.
yourselves.